welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do just a super simple monochromatic look for summer. I didn't even use an eyeshadow palette, just a blush trio. Super easy, perfect for summertime. Anyone can recreate it, really dewy. Yeah, really can't say much about it. So if you want to see this look, you can pop right into the tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed my last video with Monica. Thank you for all of the positivity on that. So if you haven't seen that video, go see that too. But now on to the tutorial. All right, eyes are primed. Nothing else on the face except, you know, my moisturizer and my chapstick. Like I said, this is going to be a super easy look. We're not even using an eyeshadow palette. What we're going to use is your favorite blush palette or blush to get a nice monochromatic look. So right now I'm going to pop into the Anastasia Beverly Hills blush palette. This is the blush trio in Pool Party. And I'm going to start with the shade Blanc or Blank. I don't know why I'm trying to be all bougie. And I'm using a nice big fluffy Morphe M510 brush and just fluff that in the crease. To kind of get like an all over, just wash of color. Just gonna pull my hair behind me. I hope you all enjoyed the last video with Monica. We had so much fun filming that. I've been telling her that I wanted to get her on the channel, like honestly, since before I even started a YouTube, which wasn't that long ago, but I just thought it was so much fun to have her on the channel, and I really hope you all liked it. If you haven't seen that yet, it's my last video. I did my sister's makeup, and in that video I do like a whole routine, you know, all the creams. Okay, now I'm gonna pop into a smaller brush, same shade, staying with Blanc or Blanc or whatever, just kind of building it up more in the outer corner. And I feel like this kind of look really only pulls together after you kind of put your cheek makeup on, because then it's like, oh wow, like your eyes kind of match your lid, or your, not your lids. Obviously your lids match. Your eyes start to match like your cheek makeup, and then it's kind of like a really chic look, and it's just super easy. Also, these shades, since they're blushes, they're super forgiving. Like if you have an issue with blending eyeshadow, why don't you try blending like a blush or a bronzer? Because it's just, they tend to be less pigmented, so they usually are easier to use. Now I'm going to take a flat concealer brush and I'm going to pop into the peachy shade called Kosh, and I pack that all over the lid. Now I'm going to use my finger to get a little more pigment out of it. And then I'm going to pop into that middle shade, Pageant, and I'm going to also pop that on the lid. This is a little soft shimmer too, and it's a little pinkier. And now I'm going to run back with my last brush, and I'm honestly just going to mix all three shades on my blending brush and just kind of wash it through the crease. Just make sure you kind of tap off the excess. Okay, so now you're gonna get to a point like this, and now just kind of to define the eye some more, because right now you just kind of have like this overall kind of wash of pink and peach. I'm gonna take my Kathleen Lights X Colourpop Mr.Bing liner, which is my favorite brown because it's nice and warm toned, and I'm gonna kind of softly just kind of line my upper lash line, and then I'm gonna blend it out, so it doesn't have to be exact at all. Okay, now that you have like this messy like brown liner moment, I'm going to take a flat definer brush and kind of just smoke it out a little bit. And you can put some shadow on your brush if you want to, but I'm just going to kind of move quickly to blend it out. Okay, so my liner is all blended out, and I went ahead and curled my lashes. So now I'm just going to move to the face. We can finish up the eyes afterward. I really don't want to powder my face too much because I really like kind of how dewy it is. So I'm just going to put a little bit of powder where I'm going to put some contour on, just so that it has something to stick to. And I'm going in with my Wowder, but you can kind of go in with whatever powder you like. So just like right here in that contour area, because I want to keep my high points like dewier. Around my temple and like under my jaw. And that's really it. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of banana powder, like right in like my little hollow areas. But I'm not gonna use like a big kind of dense brush that I usually use. I'm just gonna use a really small tapered fluffy brush just to add a pinpoint amount, because I really don't want this to have like a powdery look. Just like a very kind of fresh and dewy look. And if you use cream concealer and you're not super oily, I would suggest like not really setting it at all, or just barely setting it with translucent powder, and maybe not even setting your foundation, because I think this kind of look, it just, you know, it should be just kind of like the skin kind of peeking out and not like super powdered down. Okay, now I'm gonna go into highlight. So I wanted to kind of keep with all like the pinky tones, because we have like this really pretty kind of dusty pink look up top that's just like super light and like kind of barely there. So I'm using my sleek Solstice highlighting palette, the one that like everyone was obsessed with, and I'm gonna go in with the peachy tone, so I can kind of match kind of like the dusty colors we have up top and kind of keep it in like that pink family. And I'm gonna kind of go in because I love highlight and I want it to just be super dewy and glowy. And I like to kind of keep that C shape. I'm using a Colourpop small fluff brush. This is number F5. And down the bridge of the nose. And then with my pinky, I'm just going to stick it in my inner corner, under the brow bone. Now I'm going to go into my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, just to kind of bronze up the skin. Like I was talking about in my last video, I don't like to just do like a firm contour. Like I'm really going to kind of put this everywhere. Just kind of have like an all over bronze. I'm using my e.l.f. pointed powder brush to do this. And I'm going kind of just like a really big 3 shape. And see, I'm kind of going like into my brow line and kind of all over. And I just like to kind of hit my nose. I don't like to do like a really firm nose contour. So I just like to kind of bronze it up like it's kind of hit the sun. And now, of course, blush. So I'm going to go into that same Anastasia blush palette, mix all 3 of the shades, and just really kind of blush up the cheeks so it matches. Starting in the back and just really kind of blushing up the cheeks. I feel like you can be pretty heavy-handed with these Anastasia blushes. I honestly kind of like my drugstore brushes better. I think I said that before, but I do like that you can kind of customize your blush look with this. So, you know, it's not like, it is worth the money, it's just you can get away with not using them. A really good dupe for the Anastasia blushes are the e.l.f. blush palettes. They're like just as good and they're way cheaper, so I'll definitely mention those too. You can get a very similar look. I just really like how kind of subtle the pinks are with this. But that's just because I used this one Anastasia blush palette, and I know they have other blush trios that you can use, so it's up to you. Okay, now running back to the eyes, I just want to fluff some of those blushes on my lower lash line to kind of create like more like a sultry look. So I'm gonna jump into Cash and Pageant, the peach and the pink shade, and run that on my lower lash line. I'm bringing it pretty low and I'm kind of connecting it to the top. It's like I said, it's like a really subtle kind of look. But see how that, like the difference between that eye and that eye? Okay, so after I put the shadow under there, I'm just gonna put a little bit more of the Mr.Bing liner just on my outer corner. Just kind of to define that outer corner. I got it on my nose. I'll get it off. And I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger. Now we get that off. Okay, I'm gonna just put on some mascara. I'm still using my Essence Volume Stylist mascara. It's my favorite, so let me throw some of that on. Okay, mascara is on. Now I really need to put some brows on. I don't know what is happening there. gonna use my favorite brow pencil, the e.l.f. brow pencil in neutral brown, and my Colourpop brow blush gel in like the clear. I've been doing brow off camera the last few videos, so I'm gonna do this on camera for y'all, but it's really the same every time. I kind of just fill in the tail. I need a mirror. I don't know why I'm trying to be ballsy all of a sudden. I like to go kind of both directions of the hair, kind of back and forth, kind of filling up that tail. And then I spoolie it all out. On the brow. Now brow gel. Don't be alarmed by the chunks. You just gotta tap it out. It's really nice. And they're set. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out so we can pick a lip. So for this look, I was kind of thinking about doing, I think it's like kind of like a Korean trend to do like the stain in the center and then just kind of like a gloss overall. So for that, I'm using my e.l.f. lip stain in Pink Splash. There we go. And I'm just gonna focus that like in the kind of in the center of my lip or the inner rim. And then on top, I'm just going to put on my e.l.f. Lip Lacquer in clear. And just because I don't want it to transfer color, I'm going to just put some on my finger. Or I'm going to put a lot on the back of my hand and then put it on with my finger. But if you don't care, you can kind of go off with the wand. Like I said, I really love this gloss. It just kind of tastes funky and like you really don't know what's in here. But it's like only $2, so like what can you do? So I'm going to take a bunch on my finger and then I'm going to kind of... And that's it. So you just have like this nice kind of like popsicle look and then the nice gloss. And then overall it's like very monochromatic and it kind of all goes together. That was just my Badescu facial spray with Rosewater. Thought it was only fitting to also have like a pink little spray with me. Yeah, that's the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed it. Super simple, very easy to do, and it's basically all one color, which is what I wanted to do. I mean, your eyes are defined with that brown liner, but you could skip that, but I kind of like the way it looks because it's more sultry, and I really like the way the lip turned out. It's kind of more than just a clear gloss, but super summery, very easy, very light on the face, and yeah, it's really glowy and dewy. So let me know what else you want to see me do. I'm up for almost everything, so I hope to see you in my next video. If you like the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.